What is up there, SEO pros? Welcome back. Today we're going to be answering questions about SEO. And I'm just going to broadcast this on my networks so you guys can see how I do this. So what we do is we grab this link here, we plug it into our different places like Discord. If you guys aren't in Discord, the link is in the description. Join the live hangout now, people. And next thing we're going to do is go over to our push crew notifications. I think I had everything tabbed, but I don't know where it all went. That's really annoying. So I'm just going to go push crew and sign in there. I also need to announce the giveaway. I probably should actually do that on this stream, so I will do that. So let me just do these notifications and answering questions about SEO and doing giveaway. Cool. Change that to this and send it. Send it. Grab that link again. Hey, what's up, everybody? We got free information in the house. It's a clever name you got there. Alright, let's go to Facebook and send it there. And if you guys would like to send it as well, all you have to do is just go to the little button on YouTube right here. Right here. And then you just have to press send. And then you can just send any of these. Alright, so we're going to go there. By the way, I don't know how long I can stay in this office because it feels like a meat fridge. It's really cold. I tried turning off the air conditioning, but they don't let me touch it. Like, they won't let me adjust it. Live now for questions. And I also need to go to the local course and do this because this is where we're answering a lot of the questions that people have been having. Live now to answer your questions. Cool. So I think that's good. And if you guys would be so kind to like this video, it'd be really a good thing for me. Alright, so as a lot of you guys know, we are doing the local SEO course. And we've been getting a lot of questions around sort of why I do certain things, and I'm just going to explain it here publicly so you guys can benefit as well who are not in the course, because these are a lot of questions that I get asked on a daily basis and I don't really like repeating myself, whether it be in a course or public. I'm still repeating myself in both places, so I'd rather just kind of get these things out of the way now. Before we move into those common questions, let me just finish the giveaway. So if you guys know, we did a giveaway for the local course that we're talking about right now, and I just haven't pulled the winners yet, so let me go ahead and do that. Are there people talking to me in here? No. It's weird, I thought somebody was talking to me. Okay, so you can see here it is. We got 145 entries, or 173, and let's see how many people did the 5-ticket entry. I feel like I'm hearing something. Oh, I am hearing something. It's my own voice. There we go. Sorry about that. I was like, is somebody talking to me? So 2 people entered the submitted video on how this channel helped you. I would play this, but I can't figure out how to get OBS to play music yet, or volume, whatever. So I'm just going to skip that. But anyways, let's just go ahead and pull it. So we'll press winners and draw winners. And draw. And Steven won. Cool. I will be alerting Steven pretty soon here. So if you guys didn't get a chance to win this one, I will be doing another one in the near future. Probably not in the next video or something, I'm not really sure, but either way. Cool. So let's go into the common questions. Hold on, let me just see what you guys are saying here. Chase the man. Hey Chase, look for good backlinks to wellness. Tough niche. What's up, everyone? Sir, using bookmarking directory God for SEO. What's the FB link? So the links are in the description. Mark says, I have a couple local business sites that I have over-optimized. What process would you use to troubleshoot that? I'd probably cross-check with cognitive SEO and maybe something like SEO Profiler. Those are both really good tools to kind of check over-optimizations. Movies World says, hey Chase, why you always speak bad about Indians? What? I totally disagree with you. There are some people in every other society who takes advantage. You know Google CEOs is from India. I don't know why you guys keep saying that I'm talking bad about Indian people. I don't honestly, if you guys could give me a reference for that, I mean, I really don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so, first common question that we get is the structure of a local website. So people have been asking in our group, let me just get the exact question. It is, let's see if I can find it. Well, I remember what it is. So a lot of people have been asking me, they're saying, why do I do, so if we go into the service, so for the local site, what I do is there's a couple options, and if you can see this, you can see up here it says authoritynuke.com / Santa Barbara services -- the name of the service. Now, I explained this in the local video why I did this, but I guess people didn't get it. So when you're doing your content silos, first of all, the only time you'd want to do just dash services is if you're never going to expand out past your town, right? The other thing is, even if you are going to expand out past the county you're in, you have a problem because, for instance, if you wanted to get Santa Barbara as your keywords, like your local city keywords in your, for instance, third level down path, which is the service, you're going to end up having way too long of a URL, if that's like that for all of them. So it doesn't really make sense to have it like this. It makes more sense to have it this step down. And honestly, I just like I was saying in a lot of in the local SEO tutorial, I just basically follow this guy as a template. Oh, actually, that's funny. He's actually doing it differently. But I can tell you that I really do not think that this is how you want to do it. Maybe the only reason you would want to do it this way is so you can get the actual keywords in the URL for the name of the service. But to be honest, if you are going to be expanding at some point, I think it's better to have the URL be targeting the main keywords, at least in the terms of the city, on the first level down. And I've experimented with a lot of different ways of doing this. I've done it without even doing the silos. Like, for instance, the iPhone repair. I don't even do the silos here, and it's still ranking fine for, like, different things, like here. So I just go like that, and then I don't even put the city in there. So the other argument for that, too, would be, people would say, hey, look, you don't even want to have 2 levels down because you want your main keywords, as close to your root domain as possible. But from the different experimenting that I've done, I'm pretty sure that that's exactly how you'd want to do it like this because of expansion. If you wanted to start expanding later on, I think you would then want to do silos for separate cities. For instance, having separate, like, for instance, say you were in a different county like Los Angeles, you'd have Los Angeles services and then your different services. So your silos for that, say you went to locations, would also link up with the services for that location. Versus just having services, if that makes sense. So if you just had services and say you wanted to expand to a different location, then it wouldn't make sense because then you would have to you would have all of your services for every single silo or every single county, but the only thing that would be different is the end part of the URL and everything would be services. It just wouldn't make sense that way. So I think for expansion and just how it makes sense, I would say that's the best way to do it. So I hope that made sense. I follow you. You're doing great work. Thank you. I thought it was Hangout. Well, it's a Hangout with me. It's not an actual Google Hangout. I've been listening to Chase for a while. He doesn't speak bad about Indians. I mean, I'm sorry if I do, but I really don't remember that. Chase, I want to know, how can I rank higher at Google Maps? So that's actually what we're covering in the local course, and I also cover in the local playlist, so if you want to watch that. But top 3 things I would say is reviews, responding to your reviews, getting citations that are hopefully hyper local, having consistent NAP, and on-page signals, and maybe like, I don't know, I don't think schema markup works or helps that much. Is my volume low for everybody else? Because it's on max right now. I can turn up the gain. Oh, it's because it's, okay, I'm sorry. I had the mic, I had the mic reversed, I'm sorry. Maybe you guys can hear me a little bit better now. All right, so the next comment, so the other questions that we were getting in here is somebody was asking me, so when I first started this local course, what I did before I had any landing pages or design, it was just like a blank website. What I did is I started out with ClickFunnels and I pointed ads to this page. Now I did show everybody with a picture why this is important, because right now this site is completely sandboxed. So even though I can look at it like this, and there it is, the actual search result, if I were to look for the keywords, even though it's ranking number 5 on the map from the Google My Business stuff we did, it's not ranking anywhere in the first 10 pages for its keywords. So to counterbalance that, and this helps with local clients too as well, you could start ads like this, and you can see this is on the phone. Right here, we have the ad with the call, with the text, with the local extension enabled, so it's showing up in the maps. And we can actually see here, if we go back to page 1, go back, get out of here, go to page 1, right, you can see right here it's showing in the map as well here on desktop. And sometimes it shows here as well, like you don't have to actually open the map. So it's good because you might get, for instance, I don't know, some ROI or some clients, but the other reason why it's good is it gives you a lot of data early on. So you can see what I did in here when I made this campaign. I started with just the keywords that was going to the landing page, but then I created these other pages with broad match keywords now going to those pages, so we can just start collecting as much data as possible. And if we go to keyword search terms, we can actually see the exact search terms people are typing in. So you can see it's around web design. There's 2 clicks for that. So that means that, okay, well now let's just create a web design page and get that started and start pointing some ads towards it, or keywords. The other thing too is, now that we're starting to get these keywords like showing up there, and then also we can cross-check them in Search Console if we go into here, because we are showing up for stuff now, and all we have to do to see this, actually, sorry, this is we just switched it to SSL. Let me go over to this one. We go to impressions, click-throughs, and positions. We might not be getting really any clicks yet, but you can see these are all the different things that we're showing up for. So if we know we're showing up for them, we can point ads to them for 1, and 2, we can start getting content. Now I'm streamlining the content for the silly pages, meaning like the pages that I know are probably not going to do anything except help with the link silos. But if I go into, for instance, the home page, that's where I'm going to be spending most of my time. So you can see in here what I did is I just kept grabbing all of this and then plugging it into cognitive SEO, and then just kept elaborating based off what they were saying I should write about. And then I just kept adding more and more stuff around that. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I talk about this in the local course. But the other thing that people have been asking me a lot about in this course is they've been saying, Chase, I already know all this stuff about the landing pages and the AdWords, like you're not covering any of the on-page or anything. And like I told you guys in the course that I'm not covering that stuff yet. Like we're skipping that stuff for now. Like that, just because we haven't covered it yet doesn't mean I'm not going to cover it. So I just been a little frustrated because I feel like a lot of people are like super impatient, and like they just keep emailing me and saying, Chase, why aren't we covering this stuff yet? Or like I have tons of questions about, you know, on-page SEO for local. And it's like, look, can you just let me know once the course is done with your questions versus like right now when the course is not done. So let's just answer the next question. Let me see what we got going on in here. Holy cow, I got 30 people in here. Can you type that out so we can see what you mean? Oh, were you talking about the silos? Christopher says, right, volume. Oh, wait, we got that. So you're using post categories and not pages. No. So post categories are for the blog. So this is the service silos I was just talking about. This is just creating a page and then using a parent page as whatever the top of the content silo would be. And the way you change that is you just go here and link that page in parent attributes. Unless you're on Squarespace, and it's a little different. But where did we go? Yes, hello, better. That's it. Thank you so much, Chase. You cleared my query. You're welcome. The age of gun listing has a lot to do with how far you can push it up. Link to the listing from everywhere. Be a ninja. I'm confused. One more question in the SSO Pro version. How do you remove organization and add local? I wouldn't use SSO Pro to add local, but to remove the organization markup, I think you just go in advanced settings and remove the schema. The age of GMB listing, I meant. Has to do with how far you can push it up, link to the listing. Yeah, of course, links are going to be a huge portion, which I forgot to mention. But either way, let's go to the next one. So we got Draco saying, hey, I want to run a little test for a local domain with the exact process from your course. Would you suggest brandable domain or EMD? I said brandable. He said, for instance, you did SEO Santa Barbara Authority Nuke, which has brand name and keyword. How would I go about sliding glass door repair Seattle? I have the domain fixsomething.com, and I'm going to purchase a new one for this project as well. So the way you do this is you get a brandable domain so you can expand, right? Because if you're doing something that's only targeting a local location, then it's going to be hard to expand to another location that's not within that county, right? So that's why we went with Authority Nuke for this site, so that if we did want to expand on the course or this site, we could do that eventually. But what you do is you start out targeting with your topical seeding, meaning seeding your main keywords, which is your town and your service or your main keywords across the different pages. And instead of branding it as the title, as the name of the website at first, you brand it as your keywords, if that makes sense. So, for instance, if you had iPhoneRepairSantaBarbara.com, what would you brand the business as? iPhone Repair Santa Barbara, and then, you know, #1 rated iPhone repair. So the only difference between branding it with the URL and branding it with the actual brand name, like for instance with Authority Nuke, is that Google doesn't know that the URL is branded, right? So if you say Authority Nuke as your URL.com, you can still brand it as SEO Santa Barbara, if that makes sense. So you just have to think that your website is called SEOSantaBarbara.com, even though it's not. So you can say here at SEO Santa Barbara, if that makes sense. Because like I said, Google doesn't know, because the exact match domain doesn't do anything. So you can brand it however you want, especially if it's not even a real business, you don't have an LLC or anything, right? So that's why in the maps what we did is we just went like this and branded it as, SEO Santa Barbara Authority Nuke, right? And then at some point, say we get enough reviews, enough authority, and then we want to change all our NAP or whatever we want to do. We can change this to branding under Authority Nuke, and if we have enough links and authority and citations, stuff like that, generally what will happen is you can still keep those rankings even though you rebrand your site back to what it actually should be, if that makes sense. So you can start out local, build out nationally. So there's a couple things that you can do. You can take your website when it first starts and just brand it all local so you can start getting local clients. And then of course you can have your content marketing targeting national, so you can build out your reviews to build your local. Because when you do reverse authority building, which is what I do, where I build authority nationally and then funnel it into my local authority, then it's a lot easier to increase your local rankings. And then at that point, you can start re-gearing that, because you can always re-optimize your pages towards a national side of things, which of course in the end is going to be more profitable than local at a certain point. So it sounds really confusing, but I'm trying to cover this as well as I can step by step in the local course. It is hard because there is a lot of different things and there's a lot of different ways that you can go about this. I'm just trying to do it as fast as possible so people can see what I do. But like I said, you know, you have to, the reason why I create all these different courses is because I try to teach the different aspects of what I do. Like the SEO Triforcing course is more geared towards national, and I'm not going to be covering those exact techniques that I use for national to build a local authority in local, but I will talk about them. Okay. Oh gosh, sweet, thanks. Hey Chase, can you please answer the question a little higher up? What about categories? Do you use them? If not, why? And if so, why? Categories in terms of like landing pages or in terms of like categories for posts? And by using them, do you mean do I index them or do I just use them? Which course or video do you recommend for steps to write content? I'm currently writing content for a new e-commerce site. So well, this is going to be I'm going to be covering this in the local course, but there are different ways you do this. Like I streamline my content in 3 ways to make it as easy as possible. Well, actually 4 ways. For the local landing pages, I create videos and then I transcribe them and then I put them into a page, but then I can stack that with something like Cognitive where I'll do my own writing on my most valuable pages because I know that that's necessary. And then for like less valuable pages, depending on what I'm doing, I can just use like Fiverr content and then get it like reformatted with the videos and then put headers and heading tags and re-optimize these pages according to that. But really a lot of these pages are mainly just for internal link silos. And then for the local or national side of things, and I'm doing more stuff like around outreach, and I don't really buy content for national stuff, if that makes sense. Okay, let's go. Daniel Denbo says landing pages. Yeah, so for the categories for the local, it would be those service pages I was just showing. So Santa Barbara services, that would be a category perhaps. You would have separate categories for separate locations as well. In terms of like, for instance, maybe something national where you'd be doing like leather handbags and then it would be, you know, name of leather handbag. That would be another instance where you'd want to use categories. There's people out there like Backlinko who only does 1 level down for every single URL, but that doesn't make sense because once you start expanding past a certain amount of URLs, you're going to start getting really confused and have way too many things to deal with. Okay, let's go to the next one, and we're going to go into here. So thanks for going through AdWords again. I'm confused about this. Did you only use ClickFunnels for landing pages that have traffic from AdWords, and why? Would you not use ClickFunnels in your main website pages as well to optimize your website? Thanks. So the problem with ClickFunnels, even though they're great, is that well, I mean, they're fine. The thing is that if you're using something like Squarespace, it's a little bit different because you're going to need to do embeds. But say you were doing ClickFunnels pages for something like this, the problem with this is unless you're doing embeds, which I don't really like. Let's see if I can do get SEO. I think it was get SEO. I can't remember what it was. If I go to here, I can find it. The problem with it though is that you're not gonna be able to see the different menu links unless it's embedded. I'm trying to find it. Can't find it. So if we were to go to the ClickFunnels page that I created for this, you would see that there's no way to actually get back to the main menu, which, you know, I guess is fine. That's the only downfall I see. I mean, I don't really see too big of a downfall other than that. I'm sure you could probably include those in each page, but I think for the landing pages, you kind of want to keep them as similar as possible within the website theme and not be switching them up too much. That's just a personal opinion. From what I've seen though, when I was running them, like when I had them on the Chase Render domain, they were all being linked to within here from the search results. So I don't think they're a problem. And the only thing like I said, is that I would probably not think it's a great idea to have a bunch of different pages because a lot of them are going to look a lot different. And I just, from a personal standpoint, from what I've heard a while ago about, you know, having like a blog that's a completely different theme than the actual website theme, it's not really good to do because it becomes then different. I don't know. It's probably fine. Something about it just seems like not a good idea as like a search SEO sort of strategy to like be ranking your pages. It would probably be a good test to like maybe create like a skyscraper article on a ClickFunnels page and then create another one on another page on your website and see which one like does better. The other thing that I don't really like about it is that you have to spend a lot of time customizing every single ClickFunnels page. And then you're also kind of at a liability because you're running all of your pages through ClickFunnels. So if anything ever goes wrong there, that could be a problem too. So it just seems a little sketchy in a bunch of different regards. Hale says, I have a question about ClickFunnels too. Is it only good for giving you an optimized landing page template? And if so, can a generic page builder do the same? So, is it only good for giving you an optimized landing page template? I'm not sure about that question. It's good for conversion rate optimization. That's why I like ClickFunnels. And it also is great for upselling, and it's easy to put together. If so, can a generic page builder? Yeah, so that's the thing is, if you have all this stuff in place, you're good at web design, and you know how to create sort of like payment processing and all that stuff through a website, you don't need ClickFunnels. I just like it because it makes the job for me a lot easier because I don't do web design. Sahel says, hey Chase, could you explain a little bit more about why you 301 your service pages? Also, why did you change it from plain old services to services Santa Barbara? How does this help with ranking in other countries or counties? Can you give me a URL example for the same? So yeah, I talked about this earlier. Like I said, to answer your 301 question, I 301 to the new service silo, content silo. That's why I did that. In terms of why is it good to do the services Santa Barbara versus services and then having all of the cities be services and then the city name, is that if you ever want to expand out, you don't want all of your different services to be under in different locations to just be under one services. You want to be more specific than that, in my opinion. James says, curious about the services Santa Barbara as well. If you are targeting multiple suburbs, neighboring postcodes, would you really have separate service pages for each one? No. So the services Santa Barbara, so I keep trying to explain this, but the main city, the main county you're in would be services and then county name. If you're going to go to different counties, then you would just change that and create new silos around that. And that would probably be linked to your location pages. So I really hope you guys understand that by now. What up, Chase? What's up? If we post, should we move them to page using the parent? No, because if you're using posts, you would be using categories, and then you would just add it under the category, which would basically be the parent. I am ranking 3 cities in maps in organic and have a branded profile also ranking. So I take up 3 spots first page. My plan is to scale out that into the entire state. Okay. So if so, can we talk more about that? What do you want? I'm not sure what you want to talk about. My plan is to scale out the entire state. So that's the thing, guys, is a lot of you guys want like really, and I'm really sorry, I'm not trying to be like frustrated about this, but a lot of you guys like email me or talk to me about like really custom tutorials or custom like talks. I'm just on here to try to help everybody, so it's really difficult for me to like give really catered information to everybody. Daniel says, oh, okay, what about post pages? I think I just answered that, right? NMR says, Chase, I know you are an expert at Google My Business and local maps. What do you think about Brian Willey's stuff from LCT? I know you went to the seminar this past summer. Was he the guy who was talking about the like using the GPS and getting citations from like GPS systems? Because I don't think that's worth the time, in my opinion. Yamil says, hi Chase, what do you think about Google Sites? And I'm pretty sure he uses PBNs too. Yamil says, hi Chase, what do you think about Google Sites? Are they helpful for SEO? I mean, I've seen people rank them, and I've seen people rank documents. So I think that they can work. I don't do them, and I haven't experimented with them because I don't need them. I rank sites pretty fast without doing that stuff. And, once you find something that works for you and you can do it easily, I'd say stick with that. So, I mean, if you're an expert in that, then maybe you should do it. But I try to, like I say in a lot of the stuff I do, I try to minimize the liabilities and maximize the assets. And to me, having stuff controlled by other places is not an asset, or at least not a long-term asset, even if you're getting leads through it. But, if that stops working, then you're in trouble, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. I know this isn't a local question, but it's still SEO related, so feel free to tell me this isn't relevant to the course. But besides my SEO business, I have a side project with building an affiliate site. What's the best way to rank new pages fast for new products? So it's around building authority, and I talk about that in the affiliate playlist I've been doing. So if you guys haven't checked this out, I've been doing this affiliate playlist series, and it's called SEO for Affiliates. I think this should be ranking. Yeah, there we go. And this kind of goes from this site that I was working on that was only getting like 2 clicks a day to now it's getting like, what is it? Somewhere close to 200 off Google. So this pretty much just goes through step by step what I do for like the click-through rate optimization, the on-page SEO. I'm on like part 9 right now, and I can't find the playlist. Let me go back. And it's pretty cool to be able to show like what I did and then like actually be able to match the results to this. But this is like one of the, I think only 2 clients I have right now because I got rid of a lot of clients. And I would watch that. And if any of you guys are doing national or like affiliate types sites, I would recommend you check that out. Okay, we got somebody saying, how effective is it to use targeting? Oh wait, I already answered that. So I think, oh, here we go. I was watching your video on 2018 checklist. You mentioned basic understanding of SEO and HTML title tags. What's a good how do I, wait. Is it covered on here? If not, what's a good resource? And then somebody linked the SEO on page basics. I did. So I think, did I answer all of these? I think we're good. All right. Cool. So hopefully that cleared some stuff up. There was another question in one of the other groups, the Triforcing course that people were asking. They were saying they were watching it, but they didn't understand how this applied to the affiliate side of things or the local side of things, which is a little frustrating because I thought I was able to convey this, but I guess what I'll need to do is actually create another video kind of conveying sort of how this works, but whatever. Cool. So I think that's it for this one. I'm going to be continuing to try to rank this site. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I've been asking in the, what is it? The SEO network. If you guys aren't in this, you can get to it in the link in the description. But I asked 95 people that I welcomed. Since they all came in here through my tutorials, I said, hey, if you could leave me a review on the stuff I teach, and just by typing my name. And out of the 95 people, nobody left me a review. So if you guys enjoy these tutorials and you want to leave a review, you could just type in Chase Reiner. It would help me out. I'm actually currently right now with the 165-star reviews, the highest reviewed SEO in the world right now on Google. So I'm trying to get that up to like 500 at some point, which would be pretty sick. So I guess I'm going to answer these questions and then we'll probably take off. This is literally the most people I've ever seen in here at once. 35 people. Oh my gosh. I rank first and second and third in Google Maps and organic, but click-through rate is poor. Would appreciate your thoughts on how to increase click-through rate. So increasing click-through rate, there's actually a really good thing you can do for this. I think I made a tutorial on this, how to increase click-through rate. And the basic principle is that you're going into Search Console. You're looking at what your keywords are that your pages are showing up for, and then you're looking at the current click-through rates for those keywords associated with those pages. So for instance, we'd go into here, we'd click on this, we go to that page, we click on that page, go back to queries and reset them. And then assuming we had enough data, we would be able to see the different click-through rates for the keywords here. Now, because we don't have enough data here, this isn't a very good example, but say for instance, we went to this domain, sorted by the last 90 days, over here. Oh wait, this is the wrong one because we got to go to this one. Nope, sorry, we got to go to that one. Is this it? There we go. Sort by 90 days, set 90 days. Impressions, click-throughs, positions. And then what you can do, say for instance, let's just go to this page, SEO techniques, we go to pages. click on it and then reset the top queries and go back to queries. And you can see here, these are all the things we're getting clicks for and the click-through rate. So you can see here, SEO Techniques 2017. We could try to make this more relevant to what people are looking for around techniques, increase these click-through rates, and then usually when the click-through rates go up, the positions go up, and so do the conversions and stuff like that. You can also link the Search Console to Google Analytics and then get data based off that, which is a little bit more helpful usually. So the way you do that is you just go to your website, you go to Acquisition, Search Console, Landing Pages, and if this isn't set up, there's going to be a button that says how it shows you how to sync it. And then what you can do is you can go and look at your data like this, and it'll show you which pages are getting what clicks and how many conversions they're getting. So it'll also show you the average click-through rate. Now it'd be really cool if you could actually see the keywords, but Google took that out. You used to be able to see that a while ago apparently. But you can see the average position, the average click-through rate, and if you can get those up, this is a great way to be able to usually improve conversions. And you can cross-check this. If most of your conversions come from this page, so you can see here, a lot of my conversions come from the home page, and the click-through rate is really low, I could up that and usually up the conversion rates, which is a direct correlation with how much money you're making, as long as you're enabling conversion tracking. And if you guys don't know how to do conversion tracking, you can just go to online or go to Google and search online and offline conversion tracking, and I have a tutorial for that. Let's see. Is that a good structure for a blog page site / blog name of post? Site, blog / name of post. So the way you structure your blogs is a little bit different. Generally what I recommend is you go your site, your general category. You don't want to target something too specific. You only want to have like 5 to 10 categories on your site. And a lot of these categories, if you do have them, there should be a even amount of posts in each category. And then then the last part would be the post name. So your blog's actually not showing up in that URL, but you could do /blog, which I don't know. This just got redirected for no reason, so I need to actually tell the guy who just switched the site over, Oscar, to fix that, because that should go to /blog. Just trying to bring this open. Fix redirect should go to /blog on Chase Runner. But then the actual path itself should be the category and then the post name, because then you're 4 levels down if you put /blog in there too, which is way too much. Cool. Go back over here. Brian Willie, or sorry, Inkbot Designs. Whoops, hold on. Harsh says, how can stable site on Google if our site is in top 10? How can stable site on Google? I don't know what you're asking. Inkbot says, random question, read local. If my main keyword plus local city is only getting under 50 searches a month, is it worth focusing on? So it kind of goes back to the psychology of, or the strategy of link silos and content silos. So for instance, on this site, the only real keywords worth going for are like SEO, web design, and maybe like marketing. Everything else doesn't really matter. But the thing is that when you have these pages, you have internal link juice to pass to other pages, and you're also adding a lot of relevancy throughout the site, and it's helping you build authority by having this content, right? Versus just a one-page website only targeting one keyword. So you could theoretically only have 3 pages on the site, but it is important, in my opinion, to have at least like 5 to 10 relevant service landing pages, even if they're not super high search rates like this. This is probably going to get nothing in terms of hits, but it is going to, well, at least one, improve the user experience because people can see that we do these other things, right? But the other thing is that it's also going to give the ability to do the internal link silos, maybe build some links to these related pages as well. And if you can get rankings for these pages too, it also kind of helps make you seem like you're the authority around that subject because you're ranking for a ton of stuff around your subjects, right? NMR says Brian Willie is their Google My Business Local Maps guy. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I saw him. And like I said, I think there was some stuff that, like the PBNs that he's promoting and stuff, that I just didn't agree with. Kaiser says, how can I ask questions? You just did. Jonathan says, what's up, Chase? What's up, Jonathan? R. Davis says, do you provide your prospective clients? I just got a super chat. Thank you for the $5. Whoever that was. Who was that? Jonathan? Thanks, man. Let's see. Do you provide your prospective clients a proposal with what you're going to do? So yeah, so the way I do this, and if you guys have seen the How to Get SEO Clients course, I talk about the value ladders. And if you guys want to see the intro, I actually show how I go about this. If you just go to Chase Reiner, you can see it. And what I do is I do like a value ladder for myself personally. In here, you can, in here, you can see it. And then what I do is once I have the value ladder mapped out, you can see this is it right here. This is where I sell the audit. So the audit is the roadmap for the expectations, and then the last part is actually selling. So this is like a strategy I use that works really well in terms of selling and getting clients. It worked so well that I had 20 clients that I generated within like a month, and I had to get rid of them because there was too many, and I realized that I don't want to do client SEO. I want to do courses. So. But I am thinking about creating a beginner to advanced course on SEO where people can get certified at the end. And what I would actually do is offer referrals for SEO services to people, because right now I don't feel comfortable referring clients to people yet. Jonathan says, made it for the ending, LOL, about right. AC Penaloza says, whoa, I can't review the man. Thanks. Barat says, hey Chase, I'm setting up DigitalOcean VPS to host my website. Any tips? I don't do any virtual private server stuff, so I couldn't tell you, man. SEO Dev says, I left a review. Thanks, man. R. David says, Chase, new question. SEO Dev has not got one back, though. I don't do review exchanges. So if anybody says I'll leave you a review, if you leave me a review, it's bad, because you can actually get in trouble if Google catches that you're doing review exchanges with people. Jonathan says, what about old URLs from years ago? Is it okay to bring them back to life? So I actually saw Jonathan's question in the Facebook group, and it was sort of a long answer, so I didn't make the comment. But what Jonathan, I think, is referring to is he has a client that he found a bunch of old URLs on with the Wayback Machine with content on them. I think it really depends on what the purpose of that content was. I mean, I've personally, on my own clients, like the one that's doing really well right now, I 410 like over half of their pages, and their traffic's still going up. It's even going up more now. So those might be a lot of pages that are low quality or removed for a reason, which in that case I might not do that. Now, if those have a lot of really valuable content and you want to put them maybe into a new page or re-optimize that content or use it for something else, maybe it's a good idea, but you got to be careful and figure out why they deleted those pages, right? Sandy says, what is an average click-through rate for SEO expert? You mean the keywords? I don't know. I'm sure there's a tool that would show you sort of. Actually, I don't think you could tell unless you looked at somebody's search console who. I don't think there's an average click-through rate, really. Well, I'm sure there is if you were able to take everybody's website results and see their click-through rates, but I don't know if that's possible to see. Google, don't give weight to these links anymore. Nope. I've been saying that for a long time. However, backlinks may still exist. Jonathan says, if those links have links to them still, which I don't know why they would. Why would people be linking to 404 pages for that long? What you could do is you could redirect those to relevant pages and grab the link juice from them. Jonathan says, if I use the content for a new page, do I run the risk of duplicate content? So I would use SiteLiner and Copyscape and run it through those first and see if there's any duplicate content. Daniel says, thanks again. That made a lot of sense. And then NMR says, so Chase, if you were targeting, not sure what you're saying, reviewed. Thanks, Christopher. Inkbot Design says, cheers, bud. Good to know. Right on. Harsh says, thank you. Where do I get backlinks? Build authority, build content, build assets that you control. SEO Dev says, check duplicate checker to check out. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Where can I find your more videos and articles? On my website, chaserunner.com. Sir, tell me best off-page technique which should I use to make more backlinks? So I talk about this in the Triforcing stuff. But if you want to watch the playlist, I have a 9 video or 10 video playlist with like 10 hours of video on my channel going over a national SEO approach. Chase Reiner, you helped me land an SEO job and an agency. Nice, bro. That's good. It's good to hear. Chase, are you saying to send them or hide? Sorry, oops, I meant that video. Are you saying you send them that hide for proposal? No, so I send them a roadmap. So if you guys know, I do these roadmaps on my channel. And, whoops, that's not my channel. And what I'll do is I'll do roadmaps for people, and I'll just go over live with video, you know, going through how I would fix their sites. And, you know, I use things like Screaming Frog and, you know, Mozbar and stuff like that to sort of check on-page elements. And then I just create a list and a game plan for what they should fix in the future. Also, because we are going towards the end of this video right now, one of the things I also wanted to mention is I am considering creating packages where I'm going to be doing coaching, like one-on-one coaching. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sell like hours of my time where I'll just get on phone calls and take people through anything that they need help with in terms of SEO. So if you guys need help learning how to do audits, if you need to learn how to do analytics or conversion tracking, or you need help with your clients, or you need help with strategies, really anything, if you're just looking to learn SEO and become really good at SEO, I'm going to be doing one-on-one training. And so the way I'm going to structure it is I'm going to do like 1-hour packages, 5-hour packages, 10-hour packages. And then if you do the coaching live with me on my channel so other people can benefit and so I can showcase it, I'll actually reduce the price. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing that in the future. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. I'm actually, I think in the next giveaway, which will probably be the next video, I'll be giving away just an hour of my time to somebody who wants to just go through sort of this process, and I will be doing that live though, just to let you guys know, sort of like how I do my audits. So if you guys are interested, all you have to do is go to my website, and I will be releasing the contest or the giveaway probably today. Like I said, the way you enter it is just go to Chase Reiner and press the push notifications. There should be on your screen a little notification. So I'll be sending out the push notification later if you guys want to join that. And then in terms of how much it would cost, I haven't created the landing pages yet for the pricing, so I'm not sure. But cool. So I appreciate you guys all for joining. If you haven't done so already, please like the video, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys around soon. And like I said, all of the links for like the Discord channel, the Facebook group, I will be hanging out in the Discord channel after this, and you guys can literally just go to this room and start talking to me. We usually just hang out here. You can see these different people are here, and we'll actually go into the Discord room and then just start talking. Cool. So that's it for now. Until I see you guys next time, happy SEOing.